too. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's great. Well, we can get started. Let's come to the front of our chairs. Think about bringing your posture up tall. So chest up, roll your shoulders down and back. And you want to add just a slight chin tuck. So holding this centered posture, let's do some overhead reaches. So raising your arms up overhead with wide fingers and down. Hold your posture while we're doing those reaches. Let's do about 5 more. 1. And I'm going to ask you to do some toe movements as we reach. So spread your toes as you reach overhead and scrunch your toes up as our arms come down. Do that 3 more times. Spread your toes wide as you reach overhead and scrunch up your toes coming back down. We'll do a couple more. Big reach, holding your posture and scrunch those toes coming back down. 1 more. Overhead reach and back down. So holding this posture with your chest tall, let's do some slow neck circles. So nice and slow. Only move in a range that's comfortable. Don't go to a point where there's pain, but a good stretch is what we're looking for. Let's do about 2 more in that same direction. And let's do 5 going the other way. Nice and slow, holding your posture tall while you're turning your neck. Two more. All right, let's cycle through our power moves. Nice and slow, really exaggerating how big our movement is, using it as a way to really incorporate stretching and bigger movements to get us prepared for our intervals today. So for the power up, leaning down and then stretching your arms back wide as you sit up, really pushing that chest forward. And let's incorporate that same toe move so that as you come down, scrunch your toes. And then as you stretch your arms back, really spread your toes wide as you stretch your fingertips out. Let's do that 10 times. Down and scrunch your toes and spread your toes out, open wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're going to move into our power rock. So leaning down onto one leg, reaching up and across, and stretch out that same leg out to the side. You can't quite see how that leg is stretching, but you want to reach the arm and leg together, stretching up and across. Let's go back and forth, pausing in the middle to reset this tall posture 20 times all together. So we're going to cycle through these slow to really feel that stretch. So 1, reset back in the middle. 2, 3, stretch that arm up and across. 4, 5, 6, 7. Each time, try to stretch a little bit further and straighten out your leg more. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, we're opening up for our power twist. So arms are outstretched. Turn to twist. Notice that my front knee twists so that it's pointing down. Then I reset, open in the middle. Turn to twist the other direction. And we'll again pause and kind of hold that stretch at the twist to get a good stretch in our upper back. Let's do 20 of these together. 1, open, 2, open, 3, open, 4, open, 5, open, 6, open, 7, open, 8, open, 9, open, 10, halfway, open, 11, open, 12, open, 13, open, 14, open, 15, open, 16, open, 17, open, 18, open, 19, open, and 20. All right, last of the power moves we're going to do is our power step. And so I want us to try to step both feet out to each side and both feet back in. So if you have your hand weights, go ahead and put them at your side. We're just going to do one side at a time. So if you only have one weight, that's okay. Or if you have your water bottle, set your water bottle just next to you, down by your feet. Because I want us to practice having an obstacle to step over, like you're stepping out of the car. So stepping both feet out to the side and then bringing both feet back in. Let's stick to just your left side first. We'll do 5 times, and then we'll do the same thing on your right. So stepping over a small obstacle. If you don't have an obstacle, that's okay. Just exaggerate how high you're stepping. Let's get started. This is 1, and then bring both feet back in. Go to that same side. 2, and then back in. Big step. 3. Step back in. 2 more. 4. And last time. 5. All right, let's go to the other side. 2 legs if you can, otherwise just stepping 1 leg out. 1, and big step back together. 2, 3, 2 more. 4, and last time. 5. All right. We have some high intensity interval training today. So some aerobic circuits. I'm going to have us alternate between 2 different exercises. A minute on, 30 seconds off. Several different rounds of different exercises. So I'll show you the first 2 exercises and then you can start with me. So you don't have to join yet. Just watch what these exercises are. The first one we're going to do is either a jumping jack or a supported jump. So either a full jumping jack, or if that feels hard to coordinate, stand behind your chair, stand behind your couch, stand at a counter where you can hold on. And I want to see if you can practice jumping out and jumping in while you're holding on. If that still is too tricky, your option is the stepping jack out and in. So several different options, how to grade that one for you. The next one we're going to do is a sit to stand with a power rock. So we're going to do a sit to stand where you're leaning forward to bring that body weight forward as you stand. But I want you to incorporate the power rock so that as I stand up, I'm reaching out to the side with wide fingers, and then I'm going to sit down and power rock to the other side. Stand up, reach, and I'm coming up on my toes on this back foot as I reach my arm out. I want you to think about exaggerating that forward lean as you get up. So really bringing your nose forward over your toes. So those are our 2 exercises. We'll do 1 minute rounds of each, 2 times through. So I'll get my interval brought up here. After we go through both sets, we'll take a water break and I'll introduce the next couple exercises. So again, our first exercise is either a full jumping jack, a supported jump, holding on to the back of your chair, holding on to your couch, and trying the jump with your legs out and in, or you could do the alternating step, the stepping jumping jack. So several options for you there. And then we'll do that sit to stand power rock. Got 1 minute of work here. It's gonna be a big minute. All right, let's begin. So we have either a full jumping jack or your supported stand where you're holding onto your couch, jumping out and in, or your stepping jack. Those are your 3 options. We have a minute of work here. You guys are doing great. You're about halfway done. Really nice job. Keep it up. 20 seconds left. Keep working hard. Five more seconds. And rest. Great job. So definitely feel your heart rate up. These are aerobic intervals. So we're trying to challenge our body, bringing that heart rate up, and then having shorter breaks of rest. You have about 10 seconds, and then we're going to get started with that sit to stand power rock. The rest breaks are intentional to be short. We'll have a longer rest break after this interval. All right, let's begin. Sit to stand and power rock. Nice job, everybody. Looking good. Remember to get that big forward weight shift as you lean forward to stand. Halfway done. Only 10 seconds left. All right, and rest. Awesome work. 30 seconds to rest. Sit down, catch your breath. We're going back to our either full jumping jack, our supported jumping, or our alternating stepping jack. Short rest breaks, 10 seconds to get ready. This is the last time you'll see this exercise today. This is probably the hardest circuit of the ones I'm going to introduce. All right, let's begin. You have your full jack. You can do your supported jumping jack, holding on to your chair, or your alternating stepping. Whatever version you're doing, try to push yourself hard. You want to feel winded, and you should feel your heart rate increasing. Good job, everybody. Twenty seconds left. You're doing great. Keep pushing. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. You're done with the hardest one. 20 seconds to rest and catch your breath. We have one more sit to stand power rock, and then we're going to take a longer rest break. 10 seconds to get ready. All right, let's begin. Sit to stand, power rock. So you can break this up too. If you need to use your hands to push up, then you can do your power rock once in standing. And again, using your hands to sit. And I see some people modifying and doing the seated power rock. That's a great option too. Whatever your version is, make sure that you're challenging yourself. These are high intensity interval circuits. It should feel challenging. Only 15 seconds to go. Five seconds. All right, rest. Okay, grab some water, sit down. Gonna have at least a few minutes here, 2 to 3 minutes before we start the next one. So grab some water. Nice job. So again, we're following the same pattern for the next interval that we'll do. 2 exercises, 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, 2 rounds through. So I'll start to introduce these. You don't have to join me yet. Just make sure you're watching. For the first exercise, we're going to do a seated jog. So you don't have to be standing for this, but I want you to pump your arms as you're jogging too. We're going to do a seated jog. And I'm going to have us go through a couple different phases with it, where in the first 15 seconds, it'll be a light jog. The second 15 seconds, I want a little bit more moderately paced. Then we'll have 15 seconds of a sprint, and then a 15-second of a moderate pace. So 3 different paces or 3 different intensities, kind of a low that we'll start with, a medium, high intensity sprint, and then back to the medium over those 15-second increments. So that's our first exercise, that seated jog. And then the second exercise is a modified burpee. So I'm going to be using the side of my mat table here. Make sure you can see it okay. You can use the side of your couch. You can use your chair. But for the modified burpee, standing next to this, I'm going to hold my hands here, jump out. My legs are going to jump out and in. And then I'm going to jump back in and do a power up. You can also do that all with stepping. Step back, step out and in with each leg, step back in, and power up. I'll show both versions again. Jump back, jump legs out, jump in, power up, or a stepping version. Step back, step out, step in, step out, step in, step your legs forward, and power up. So those are your options. You can do it leaning on the back of your couch. You could also do it at a wall, stepping your legs backward at a wall, or using the base of your chair. So let's go ahead and set up for our jog, our seated jog. We have those 3 speeds. We're going to start at kind of a low, slow jog, bump up to about a moderate pace, a sprint, and then back to that moderate pace. Over the court, we'll do 15 seconds of each throughout it. So let's get started. This will be kind of a warm-up pace seated jog. Ready? Let's begin. So I want you to pump your arms as you're jogging too. About 5 seconds, and then we're going to get into a moderate speed. So let's start to pick up our speed a little bit. Kind of a moderate pace, starting to breathe a little bit harder. And get ready for our sprint. Okay, 15 seconds of a sprint. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Pump your arms, fast arms and legs. 5 more seconds and then back to that moderate pace. Okay, so now we're back to our moderate pace. So this isn't a slow jog. We're still working hard, we're still pumping our arms. 5 seconds left. And relax. Nice job. 30 seconds to rest. And then I want you to get set up for your modified burpee. Either jump in with your legs back or stepping through each of those phases. So let's get ready. 3 seconds to get started. And begin. Jump or step back, jump or step out, jump or step in, and power up. So that's your modified burpee. Or you can do it all with steps. Find an option that is challenging for you. When you get back into this position, make sure your back is flat and that it's not arched, but that you're staying low. 20 seconds left. Five seconds. And rest. Let's come back to our chair. Get ready for our seated jog. We're going to do that same pattern again, where we're doing kind of a low intensity jog, moderate pace, sprint, back to the moderate. About 10 seconds to get ready. 2 more 1-minute intervals, then we'll take a longer break. All right. Let's get started with kind of a slow, comfortable jog. Couple of seconds, then we're going to pick up our speed. Okay, so now we're kind of at a moderate pace. And this moderate pace for now, then we're going into our sprint. 3, 2, 1, sprint it out. Pump your arms, really push your speed. Keep sprinting, 5 more seconds. And then we're back to our moderate pace. This isn't a slow jog. You're still moving fast. Slower pace here. 5 more seconds. And rest. Awesome work. 30 seconds, then we're back to our modified burpee. Last exercise before our rest. Great job with these today. We're doing aerobic circuits, so they're meant to make you feel winded, meant to get your heart rate up. This is a more effective way to train our bodies aerobically, working through that higher intensity All right, let's get started. So you can either step or jump back, step out or jump legs out, step or jump in, and power up. See how many you can get in this 1 minute. Halfway done. Good job, 15 seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Have a seat, grab some water. We'll take 2 to 3 minutes here to catch our breath and slow down. We have one more round of our high intensity intervals. I'm going to get my mat out. One of your options for this next round of intervals includes a floor transfer. But there are a couple different ways that you can do it. So keep your eyes on me as you're resting and grabbing some water. You don't have to get up or join me yet, but I'm going to start to explain it because there's several different options. So the first option for the first exercise is a floor transfer power up. So I'm lowering down my mat so that I can use it like a chair. So for the floor transfer, you can always use your chair to help you get down onto your knees and bring your hands down. And then we're going to bring one leg up, push through this leg, and power up. So that's the first version, is a floor transfer. Getting down onto all fours, bringing one leg up and either pushing both hands through this leg, or you can have your hands on your chair in front of you to push to stand and power up. Another option you can do is focus on your sit to stand. You can do this with or without hands, doing a power up in a sit to stand, or if I needed to use my hands, I could push on my chair to stand up and do a power up once I'm standing. Even if you're seated in your chair and need to use your hands, see if you can get a couple rounds of the sit to stand in to practice that transfer. And then the second exercise, I'm going to use my weights for. So you can either hold your weights together, or you could use one weight and hold it with both hands. The second exercise is a weighted squat, sitting our hips down and standing up. Or you can do a supported squat, holding onto the back of your chair or holding onto your couch, holding on while you squat down and push up. So those are your two options. I'm going to give everyone another 45 seconds to catch your breath and get ready. If you're going to do the floor transfer, take a minute to roll out your floor mat if you're using a floor mat. Same pattern, 2 rounds of 1 minute on and 30 seconds off. This is our last high intensity interval today. Last bit of hard work before we do some balance and mat work. About 10 seconds, and then we're going to get started. All right, let's begin. So I'm going down for a floor transfer, down onto my hands and knees. I'm bringing one leg forward. You can push through this leg or have your hands here. Come up and power up. and then right back down. We're seeing how many times we can get up and down from the ground. Come up and power up. How many times can you do that forward transfer while still being safe? It's such a good skill for us to have and to feel confident with. Good job. 20 seconds left. Last 5 seconds. And rest. 30 seconds to rest. So 30 seconds to rest, then we're going into that weighted squat. Nice job with those. If it felt like a challenge getting up and down from the ground, maybe that's something you want to work on in practice so that you can do it easily. So that if you're ever in a position, you can feel confident to get up by yourself. So grab your weights. Let's get started. 1 minute of our weighted squats. Or you could do a squat while holding on to the back of your chair or the back of your couch. If you want some support. Nice job. Just about halfway done. Fifteen seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. Great work. 30 seconds to rest. We have one more round through each of those. Your option is to practice your sit to stands with a power up or practice the floor transfer during this first interval. You can use your hands while supporting yourself to get up from the ground or during the sit to stand. All right, let's begin. Come down onto hands and knees. Step one leg forward, put both hands through here or with both hands in front of you and power up. Try to alternate which leg steps backward and what leg you step forward with each time you get up. Nice job, everybody. Looking strong. Halfway done. Keep pushing, keep working hard. Three, 2, and 1. Awesome. 30 seconds to rest. We have our last exercise of our intervals today, our weighted squats or our supported squats, holding on to your chair, your countertop, whatever you need to do. Five seconds to get ready. If you're not doing a squat with us, let's go ahead and get started. I want you to do a glute set. Squeezing your bottom muscles, holding for a couple seconds, and then relaxing. So those are the same muscles that you have to use when getting up from a chair, bending down to get something. So either doing a full squat or doing a glute set. Halfway done. Nice job, 20 seconds left. Keep it up, keep pushing hard. And rest. Great work. Grab some water, have a seat. Our next move is we're heading down to the ground for our mat work today. Take a minute first to catch your breath and grab some water. So all of these moves on the ground today, you can do sitting in your chair if you're not comfortable getting up and down from the ground. But try these laying down on your bed if you're not trying them with us here. It's a great option if you're not comfortable getting up and down from the ground. Even if your bed is softer, it's a great place to practice these from. So in about 30 seconds, meet me down, laying on your back. If you're able to lay down without a pillow, it's a great way to stretch your neck in this position. But if you need a pillow, that's totally fine. So we'll be laying down on our back today, and legs are going to be stretched out. So the move in this position is the power up, where you're pushing down through your hands and down through your feet to lift your chest and hips up. And so this is a great example of when you're in your bed, you may not be able to lift up as high, but still activating those muscles is an important piece of this exercise. So it's okay if you can't lift as high. You just want to tighten and squeeze all of the muscles on the back of your body. And as a reminder, if you're sitting in your chair, the power up is leaning down and stretching your arms back. So that's the move you'll do if you're in your chair. So let's cycle through 10 of these together. Let's count up by threes. Ready? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Awesome. So the next move we're going to do is our power rock. So I'm going to push down through my right hand and my right foot to reach my left hand over and across. And so it's almost like you're getting leverage from one side that you're pushing down from. So now I'll use my left arm and left leg to push down to reach out to the right. So you're trying to kind of lift that hip that you're pushing from to start to initiate that roll. If you're seated, this is our power rock, where you're reaching up and across your body and switching sides to reach up and across. So that's the move. If you're sitting, I see a couple of you doing it laying down. That looks perfect. Let's get started. We'll do both sides alternating. Let's count backwards from 20 and end at 1. 20. Always reset in the middle. 19. 18. 17. 16. 15. 14. 13. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, our next move is the power twist. So for this one, your arms are out to the side, and you're going to use a lot of momentum to swing your top arm over and across, keeping your top or your bottom arm down, opening your arms back out, and rolling the twist in the other direction. If you're seated, the move looks the same. Arms start out wide and you turn to clap. So let's count up by twos this time. And we'll do both sides 10 times. So we'll end at 40. Ready? Use a lot of momentum for that top arm. 2. Open and reset. 4. 6. 8. 10. 12. 14. 16. 18. 20. 22. 24. 26. 28. 30. 32. 34. 36. 38. And 40. All right, bend your knees up for the next one. So for today's variation, I want to step both feet out like we did in the warm-up. So first I'll step to the left. I'm stepping both feet out to the left. And then I'm going to step both feet back to the middle. And then we'll step to the right side. So whether you're sitting in your chair or laying down, I want you to exaggerate how high you're lifting your feet. And you can push down through your hands if you're on the ground to help you get a little bit more height. So let's all start stepping out to our left. So both feet out to the left. This is 1. Now step back to the middle. And now to the right. Step out, 2. Back to the middle. To your left, 3. Back to the middle, to the right, 4. To the middle, 5. Back, halfway done, 6. 7. 8. 9. And one more. 10. All right. So take a minute here, you can relax. We're going to make our way back up to standing. We're going to do a couple of standing balance exercises before we cool down and stretch. So take your time, rolling over, and make your way up to standing. Grab a drink if you need to. When you're ready, we're going to stand behind our chairs. Do a couple standing balance exercises together. These are great ones you can do standing at your kitchen sink, standing in your bathroom. Great ones to incorporate throughout your day. Give everyone 30 more seconds to join me here. So we had a lot of high intensity. We're going to cool it down, low intensity exercise. So when you're ready, let's start by standing heel to toe. So if these were my feet, either all the way heel to toe or half so that one foot is slightly in front. So I want to stand either all the way heel to toe or half so that one foot is kind of slightly on the side. So those are your two options. In one of those versions, you can use a couple fingertips at your chair so that you're hanging on. And even if you're not hanging on, always hover your hand there. So if you need to put your hand down, you can. So holding our posture up tall, I want you to draw your belly button towards your spine to kind of brace your core. It's going to help keep you stable. And holding this position, let's do slow head turns side to side 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now switch and bring the other foot in front. We'll do the same thing. Posture up tall, core is braced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we're gonna switch to standing on one foot. So while you're standing on one foot, make sure that that leg isn't touching the inside of your leg that's standing, but that it's out to the side. And you can leave 1 or 2 fingertips or your whole hand on the chair if you need to. Let's do a 20-second hold. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job. Let's switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now bring your feet together so they're touching. And maybe that in itself is a good challenge for you to start with. Another option is in this position, I'm going to hover my hands and leave a couple fingertips. You can close your eyes. And when you do that, I want you to think about pushing down hard through your feet, like your legs were a tree and you're pushing down so that roots are growing through the ground. So really trying to push down through your feet to get some stability from. So either with your eyes open or your eyes closed, let's hold this for 20 seconds. So go ahead and close your eyes if you're going to close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, open your eyes, reset. One more exercise that we'll do. Let's get into a stride stance so that one foot is out in front and one foot is kind of behind like this. So my feet are in this stride position and I want to do a diagonal chop. So you can do this just with your arms or you can hold a weight if you want to. Then I'm going to reach down to the side and twist my arms up. So I'm holding my hands together kind of in this position here. So moving slow. Sometimes when we do it quickly, we could use momentum, which helps us compensate for the balance. But if you do it slowly, you really have to stay stable. So let's do 10 times in this direction, and then we'll switch our feet. 1, 2, so try to twist those shoulders as you turn. 3, 4, and we're doing the same side right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So switch legs. Now bring your other foot in front. Both toes should be pointing forward. Make sure your foot isn't turned out to the side. And now let's reach in the other direction. So reach down and twisting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, make your way back to your chair. Let's do a little bit of cool down. Right. Let's start with a couple of deep breaths in, reaching your arms up overhead. Exhaling, arms down. Up. Exhaling your way down. Do one more. Reach up. Exhale, arms down. Go ahead and reach one hand for the back of your chair so that you're standing up tall in this, or you're sitting up tall in this twist. Let's hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's switch sides. Twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's lean one arm down onto your leg and let's stretch overhead, stretch your fingers wide. Let's hold here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come back to the middle and switch sides, reaching up and across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do some wrist circles. So arms out in front of you, slow, big circles. And switch directions. Good. Let's stretch one leg out in front of you. So keep that knee straight. Gently bend forward at your hips until you feel a stretch behind that knee. Don't let your knee bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. Knee is straight, bending forward at your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring one leg up across your lap and gently push down on your thigh as you lean forward. You can do some ankle circles as we do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today and working hard. I appreciate it. I will not be here next week, but Tori will be teaching the Monday class.